Okay, so welcome back. So this is basically a video that we're going to explain the components that make up the solution that we are going to deploy. So we're not really doing any deployment yet, but I'm just going to do real explanations. So these are very important. I advise you to listen to these explanations. I know that, yeah, I advise you to really watch these explanations. They go a long way. Okay, so I'm going to go back to the cookbook so that we can see what's going on here. So the first component is going to be an Azure Storage Account. What? Azure Storage Account. What is that? That's a cloud filing cabinet. So from my picture, you can see that we have a picture that shows, right, a drawer, a cabinet. These are the representation of the storage in the cloud, and this is the concept or the analogy. So what is the definition of a storage account? So it is a secure, a what? A secure, scalable cloud storage service provided by Azure. It lets organizations store, manage data like documents, logs, backups, images. Basically, it's storage. Okay. Now, a storage account can contain multiple containers. What is a container? Each container can hold a huge number of files. These files can be accessed by applications, like in our case, can be accessed by AI search services, like in our case, or users through secure connections. Now, a storage account support private endpoints, encryption, access control, making them the foundation of most cloud architectures. Brilliant. Now, there is an analogy there. I love to use examples because I want to break things down so that you get to see that there's nothing complex about this. Nothing complex, easy peasy. Just the words that makes it seem like it's complex. It ain't. Okay, so imagine this like renting a super secure vault from Microsoft, except instead of gold bars, you're going to store your PDFs. You're going to store your logs. Sometimes the one policy file nobody can find when the auditors arrive. All right, so that's what a storage account is. Now, the core concepts or the buzzwords explained clearly. Okay, so what is cloud storage? Instead of keeping files on your laptop, instead of what? So you know that this is the file explorer. So, or Office server. So we're now keeping them in the Microsoft data center, accessible from anywhere with the right permissions. All right. Now, what is a storage account? This is the main container, like it's the entire filing cabinet where your data actually lives. Now, what is a container? It's a drawer inside the cabinet. It's like you have your cabinet, and then inside the cabinet, you got drawers. So this drawer is going to be for payslips. This drawer is going to be for that. This drawer is going to be for that. This drawer is going to be for pens. All right? That's what a container is, breaking things down. All right. What is the next thing? Blob storage. These are the things that you're going to see when we start the deployment. So I'm breaking them down and also have the explanation in the cookbook so that when you see them, you don't rip your mind, you don't mess up with your mind. Like, what is this thing? Blob storage. Okay, blob storage is binary large object. That's just a word. Just some words, some big words. But what does it mean? It basically means any type of file. You can store a PDF inside of it. You can store a Word document inside of it. You can store images inside of it. You can store JSON files inside of it. That's what? That's a blob storage. So this tells us that there are different types of storage accounts, but I'm not going to touch on the other ones. I'm just going to touch about the ones that we're going to use in the AI service. Easy peasy. Now, what is the next thing? Scalability. What is this? So it grows automatically as you add more files. No need to buy more hard drives or borrow USB sticks from the office next door. This is what makes the cloud very, very efficient. Why? Because I get to only use what I pay for. And if my storage increases, then my payment increases with the storage. I don't need to go and buy a hard drive for 1 terabyte and then just store 1 gig worth of data, and the rest of the data is just sitting there and not being used. Did you get that? I hope that you're picking up what I'm putting down. Okay, so security and encryption. All right. Again, the cabinet is gotta be locked, my peeps. The cabinet is gonna be locked, so every file is encrypted. What does it mean? It means even somebody stole it, just like your hard drive, just like BitLocker on the hard drive. Still same thing. Remember, the cloud is what? The cloud is somebody else's computer. Okay, we'll get there. Now, what are private endpoints? Secret backdoor from your company network directly into the storage, skipping the public internet entirely. Think of it like employees only entrance at a restaurant. Oh my God, that's so good. So in a restaurant, you got the door that everybody uses to come in the restaurant. That means employees. Sorry, that means the customers, visitors, the auditors, whatever it is. And then in the back of the restaurant, right, you got the entrance that only the employees use. Okay? The customers are not going to use the back door. Now, what is this? So that's the same thing with what in a private endpoint is. It's just the back door that allows the company to only access the storage account and not everybody. Now, what you actually be doing, you're going to be creating a storage account in the Azure portal. I just showed you the Azure portal, and you saw storage account, right? So this is like buying the cabinet and deciding what kind of lock it uses. That's what deploying the storage account is. Now you're going to add a container within the cabinet, and then now we're going to add a container and choosing the access levels. Is it going to be private? Is it going to be blob? Right? So this decides who gets a key. Everyone, just staff or specific people. You're also going to do what? You're going to upload the stuff that you're going to store inside the container. All right? So you can do this manually or set up automation to feed data continuously. But in our case, we're going to do it manually. All right? Now, the next thing is configuring private endpoints to keep everything inside your company. We're not really going to get deep with private endpoints because it's a big topic on its own, but I just wanted to put it here so you know about it. Okay, so preparing the storage so Azure AI Search can index and read it later. Think of this like organizing your drawers so that the librarian, what is the librarian? AI Search. Who is the librarian? AI Search. Won't get lost. Okay, I hope you're picking up what I'm putting down. Now, skills you're building here. So using the Azure portal to deploy storage resources. Now you get to see where you click next. What is this? What is this box? Okay, organizing the data in containers, naming conventions. What are naming conventions? How do you name stuff correctly in Azure so that you can interact with other people and they would understand your environment because you name things correctly. Setting up private networking, laying the foundation, all of that stuff. So if you skip this part, everything else crumbles. It's like building a library with no shelves. The librarian would just sit there surrounded by papers, judging your life choices. Good one. Now, job roles, this maps too. So again, we've spoken about this. I'm not going to repeat, but just know that these are some of the jobs that allows you that these skills about the storage account requires you to have. Not. It doesn't mean the cloud infrastructure engineer needs you to just have the storage account skill. No, I'm just saying it's part of it. Okay. Every single one of these roles touches storage. You can't build dashboards. You can't build search AI. You can't secure networks. You can't do all of that stuff without a filing cabinet. It's the unsung hero of the cloud infrastructure, kind of like the Wi-Fi router in your house. No one talks about it, but if it's not working, the entire family panics. What? Wi-Fi, storage account, easy peasy. Okay, cool. So yeah, in summary, that's where everything really lives. So that was an explanation. I really want you to grasp the concept and understand what a storage account is, so that when we start deploying, you won't find this to be something foreign. So let me meet you in the next video. Easy peasy.